Hi guys, and welcome to a new video of our series. And this is the season 2, so we're going to be speaking about widgets. And today we are talking about the value widget and how to use the time frame selection to make your costs and kilowatt hour calculations with your energy devices. So let's go. So now let's go and create a useful overview of the power consumption. And in this building monitoring workspace, we see that we already have an EMU power consumption device. It's in here, and you can already see an overview of some calculations that the platform has done. And I created already a dashboard, an empty dashboard called energy consumption. And I'm going to show you how to use the time frame selection to make calculations of power consumption and costs on a daily, on a weekly, or a yearly basis. So you can go ahead and add a value widget. We already know the value widget. And today, we will call this energy consumption today. And we will go ahead and select the power consumption device. And down here, you are going to see this device is very rich. It gives a lot of information. We are going to select the active energy import, which is the one that shows us the consumption in kilowatt hour. Although I think actually that we have, yeah, that's right. We have a kilowatt hour field. And now I'm going to go to appearance. In here, we can always configure it and make it as nice as we want. And we are going to go to time frame. As we can see, this number is quite big. It's the overall consumption that our device has measured since the moment that it was installed. What we want to do is the consumption today. So we are going to go to time frame. And we are going to select, in here we have different options. We can calculate a minimum, a maximum, an average of a specific time frame. And in this case, we want a change in absolute. We can also calculate percentages, but we're going to take the absolute change. And in here, we have very nice comments. And as you can see, we can write things like 7 days ago and so on. But we also have the nice start of day until now. And as you can see down here, you can have an overview of when. And this is UTC time. So it's going to take 2 a.m. because I am in Central European times. Because I wanted to be calculating it on my own time zone, I will select it. And now you will see that this is the energy consumption of today. I'm gonna save that. And now I'm going to use the duplicate function, and I'm going to go ahead and create a second one that instead of the kilowatt hour consumption, it's going to show me the costs. So we have on this device as well a field called energy costs. And in here, we are working with euros, so we are changing that. Energy costs today. And again, we can go to appearance. This is, a negative thing. We had to pay for it, so we can change also the color of it. And again, we go to time frame. And because we use the duplicates selection, we already have things in here. We already have the change in absolute, start of the day until now in our time zone. So you can see that we have the energy consumption in kilowatt hour today and the costs of those in here. And I'm going to go ahead and save that. That's a very fast and easy way of having an overview and to calculate the change within the dashboard. So you don't have to go ahead and do crazy stuff to get the today's consumption. You can also use start of the week, start of the month, start of the year, and to calculate this. And now I'm gonna go ahead and show you how the device dashboard looks like. Simon created this, and as you can see, it's a very rich dashboard. It shows a lot of things that are very important. And as you can see in here, he also calculated the today's consumption, he calculates the yesterday's consumption, so you can actually compare what happened yesterday with what happened today. You can do exactly the same, but on a monthly basis. For example, I'm gonna go inside of the widget and I'm gonna show you what he did. So in this case, he selected the same active energy import in kilowatt hour field, and he gave it a unit. And again, he configured a nice color, and yeah, this is all like how you want your dashboard to look like. You can always change the colors, you can personalize it. And he again went on time frame selection, and he also calculated the change exactly as we did. And as you can see, this looks exactly the same on his side. And for the yesterday one, instead of setting start of day, he used start of yesterday till start of day. So he took all of the measurements coming in yesterday, and he created also the same calculation, the change in absolute, to calculate how many kilowatt hour were consumed. And now, as you can see, he also created forecasts, which are also very useful. These ones are yearly forecasts that he created within the payload decoder. So as you can see, we already have a field called yearly consumption forecast, and he created the time frame. He let the current value, he wanted to display the whole value, and the costs as well are a current value. But in here, he also created the costs of today and the costs of yesterday using the time frame operation, the time range operation. And so how did he do it, or how did he manage to also create these calculations? Because of course the costs vary from region to region. We have a thing called configuration fields, and he created a configuration field with the cost per kilowatt hour in our region, and this configuration field can be used in the payload decoder. He made a very simple multiplication of how many kilowatt hour the device was measuring, how much each of those kilowatts cost. It's a very simple operation, and that's the way that he created this beautiful and informative dashboard, and you can do it as well with your own devices. And these can be energy consumption, it can also be water consumption, it can be all sorts of things. In this case, we wanted to highlight how you can actually know how much you're paying, how much your electricity bill is using Datacake. So I hope that this video was useful and that you got a good overview of the platform and how to use the dashboard tools to create forecasts and to create calculations of differences, changes over the day. I hope that you liked it. Please leave a comment in the comment section if you want that we make another video on this series about something else. And I wish you a lot of fun with the platform, and stay tuned.